My feeling, I'm very happy to meet a young artist from Japan, and I like to be in a place which give me opportunity to meet people from all around the world. Uh, I never regret my past. I try to be grateful to whatever destiny put for me in the past and at present. And I try to do my best to build a better future for myself, for my society, for my country, and for the whole planet Earth. Right. Science taught me that we are all same, regardless of the differences and variation. Diversity is the beauty of life. And I love being in Australia and I love being in Melbourne because it gives me the opportunity of interact with diverse form of people from different backgrounds. So when I see people, I'm happy. I want to make them happy, to see smile in their face and to greet them, to say hello to them and wish them to have a good day, a good time. I am afraid of ignorance because naturally human being, I think we have always been afraid of darkness because we don't know what to expect where it is dark. So ignorance is like darkness. Ignorance is like a dark room. People ask us to enter, so we don't know what is inside. Whereas if the room is enlightened, we can see everything. We can be prepared for whatever is going to come on our way. So my number one fear is ignorance and darkness. Yeah, that is very interesting question because if you are involved very deep in anything, it can be art, it can be science, it can be sport, you build sort of relationship, emotions. But for me, because I sustained some medical injuries and I have been suffering from different types of pain, science played a different role for me. It was an anesthetic, it was a painkiller. So life without science for me will be more painful. Science protect me from ignorance, from being completely in dark. Still, there are a lot of things to be answered. Still, there are a lot of dark areas in our knowledge and in the universe for us to explore. That is the excitement, the exciting aspect of science. And what it took from me, as I said, I don't like to be regretful. I try to enjoy the moment. Whatever God put me through, I am happy and grateful to that. So everything was good, everything was fun, everything was joy. Yes, that is another interesting question you prepared for me. When I was a child, success for me was to win in a game. And sometimes if I couldn't win, naturally I was heartbroken, I was frustrated, or even angry. But the definition of success when we grow up change because we know that every failure can lead to more experience and more knowledge. Every mistake we do in our life is preparing us for a success in the next stage. So success is when we find answer to questions proper answers to questions. But it doesn't come sometimes easily. So it comes after several failures and errors and mistakes. Oh, that is a very important and interesting question. The more we know, the more responsible we are toward our nature, toward our planet, toward fellow human being, and toward other forms of life, regardless of plants, seal creatures, birds, reptiles, so on and so forth. We should be respecting any form of life, and we should do our best to keep our environment clean and enjoyable for all form of life. It should be. Science should be neutral and should be objective. Shouldn't be biased and shouldn't discriminate. Black is black, white is white, if you want me to put it simple. Uh, Establishment of ANNI goes back to 2009. I just finished my role in a pharmaceutical company in Australia. And then I registered ANNI in order to use all I have gathered, including my skills, my knowledge, and my experiences, to serve people by developing better medicine, vaccines, skincare, nutrients, vitamins, immune boost, and similar products. It may be a bit odd, a bit strange, that the fact is when I am involved in working, I don't feel lonely. I feel lonely when I have nothing to do. Right. In daily life, we sometimes find ourselves in a situation that we need to help other people by giving them advice or comforting them. I came across people who lost their beloved ones, and I was in a position to use my science, use my experiences and knowledge to partially, if not fully, comfort them, to share with them my experiences and tell them that the person who they lost is not vanished. According to science, we know that matter and energy are eternal. We cannot be created from zero, we cannot be vanished, but we change from one phase to another phase. Of course, we are doing our best to have a healthy, long life for each of us. But if someone loses beloved ones, the knowledge, the science that we know that person is not vanished has been transformed to another form of existence and is living in another phase, another stage. This is something that through long-term education I have been equipped with. And I want to share this with people who have a grief, who are feeling down, who are feeling sad. So I want to bring their spirit up, make them happy, and give them comfort. Being alone sometimes is necessary. We need privacy. We need some time to be isolated with ourselves, to think more rationally and to focus more deep. However, we are social beings, so we need to go and associate with other people outside. We need to go to the nature, we need to go to the beach, to forest, to mountain, and enjoy being associated with other humans, also with other forms of life. That's why many people have pet, look after pet. Many people live in farm. And that is one of my wish, to be able to have a farm and be associated not only with people but also with other forms of animals and birds that give me comfort and joy and pleasure. Work in one period of my life became life saving. I mean, there was not only economic need, because I had everything I needed. I had shelter, I had saving to pay my bills and food, everything. But because I didn't have in that stage of my life something as my job, as my profession, gradually I felt very down and very depressed. Once I started to work with physical activities and mental activities, naturally and eventually I feel better and better. So work can be seen as a medicine, as something lift our spirit up and help us to grow and contribute to our society. Yes, because thanks to the science and technology, especially during the last 50 years, we are moving very, very fast. Every now and then, new technologies arise and new phases in science are coming out. About 30, 40 years ago, we entered the era of nanotechnology. And then science was talking about quantum physics. And then in the field of medicine, we were talking about technologies which combine identification of disease, diagnosis, and treatment together, something which we call it theragnostic and theranostic era. Now we are talking about printing three-dimensionally body organs, three-dimensional and four-dimensional bioprinting. And the last phase we have entered in science is the area of artificial intelligence, which has a profound impact on all aspects of our life. It has a history of something interesting happened during my education in the city of Liverpool in England. I was asked to make a medicine for premature babies, and at that stage, the only way to make that pharmaceutical product was to use some potentially toxic solvents like chloroform and methanol. And that was the start point that challenged me, which resulted in my first patent, which I named it heating method. And then after 8 years from the beginning of this need to produce pharmaceutical products safely, non-invasively, without damaging the environment, without damaging the health of manufacturing pharmaceutical companies, and of course, with no very limited side effects for consumers. So Mozafari method is a result of 8 years hard work. Right. If science ignores ethics and does not respect environment, I don't call it science. Science means living in harmony. Science means that giving the opportunity of good life to everyone, even to other forms of bio-life. My background, educational background, was studying biology. I studied 5 years biology, and we covered all forms of life from viruses all the way to dinosaurs. And the more I learn about different forms of life, the more I have to respect them. Of course, we need to maintain a balance. We cannot be nice to viruses and at the same time nice to livestock and other fellow human being. So the balance is what science teaches us, put the limitations, when to use antibiotics, to what extent we use antibiotics, um, what type of pesticides we use to have agricultural products, and try to find a better, more environment friendly alternatives. Here in this question, there is a fundamental point in global peace and harmony. Science teaches us that all of us, regardless of where we are born, our ethnicity, our skin color, our belief, our religion, we are all Homo sapiens. We are all from same origin. So knowing that should help us to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. If we educate people enough to accept differences, to accept other people as they are, regardless of their disabilities, regardless of their ethnicity, regardless of their nationality, regardless of the language they speak, their accent, this will bring them more close to each other, and this should help to bring down the hatred and segregation. And we have to respect other people to give them opportunity to live healthy and happy and have a long life. Everything that we wish for ourselves and our beloved one, science is objective, as mentioned before, should teach us to respect other people and give them the opportunity to enjoy whatever we wish for ourselves for other people as well. I cannot remember any moment in my life which I wanted to quit science. As I said, science for me is a medicine, it's a painkiller, and it's a joy. And the more I learn, the more the thirst there is for me to do more science, to learn more. And sometimes, if uh, I am out of focus doing scientific work, to make sure my brain is functioning properly, I play chess. Sometimes I go for a walk, I use swimming pool, spa, sauna, and socializing with friends. These are part of my routine daily life. As I said before, I believe every individual must have a goal in their life. And that goal is not limited to science. They can pursue art, they can pursue sport, they can go for to be successful in World Cup, sport activities, uh, different forms of performances, different forms of art. And science is one of the many goals that one person can set. But no matter what our goal in life is, what our target is, it is always useful to know main thing, to know certain thing about ourselves. Where did I come from? What should I do in this stage and in future? Who is my model in my life? Who shall I take as my hero to follow and to use that person. When I don't know the answer to many questions, I would say, what would that person do? Yes. The target in my life is to achieve the best I can, to be the best form of myself, to compare myself today with what I was yesterday, not comparing myself with others. And the ultimate target would be to uh, have a profound impact on the life of other people and on the environment. Young people should follow their inner intuition, their ambition, and their passion. For those who are sure they want to do science, they should be prepared for hard work and should be prepared to be objective. Maybe some findings will challenge what they have been told before in their life. They should be open to accept the new facts and enjoy every new discovery. I want to put my fingerprint in the universe. I want to have an impact, something to say. When I go to the other phase, I want to leave a memory, a good memory as a human being of myself for the next generations to come. And that can be a scientific contribution, that can be a humanitarian act, that can be serving the environment. People spend many, many years, several decades, to convert an arid area, a desert, to forest. That is huge. That's so beautiful. I wish I could do something like that before I pass away. I would say don't be worried about mistakes and errors. If there is no mistake in our life, we cannot grow. We need to accept mistakes and errors in our life. However, we have to do our best. We have to live, no matter how old we are, in a way to respect other people, respect other forms of life, respect and protect our planet and our planet's environment. Good question. Very good question, all of them. Right, yes. If this is an imaginary hypothesis, if science disappear tomorrow, I don't know what will remain inside me, what would my feeling be. So I will be completely in dark, I will be ignorant. I wouldn't know how my body function, what is my ambition, what should I do on my daily routine, and what is my targets in life. That would be horrible. Be happy, enjoy your life, but don't be greedy and don't be selfish. Respect other people as you respect yourself. You are welcome. My pleasure.